And hello, it is Friday. So, welcome to my desk. It's 6 o'clock here in Denmark. And today I was thinking that I wanted to pick up where I left in my Lynda Barry book, my comp book. And yeah, hopefully you haven't forgotten that I was doing a lot of work in this Lynda Barry. And then I also received a happy mail from Janet M. Young. Oh, my address is showing. Okay, you didn't see that. Nobody saw that. I need to cover it up. Um, so I hope she comes in so I can say proper thanks to her. And let me just get rid of all these notifications so I can see chat. There we go. Yay. Okay, I need to cover up the address because I really would like to show the envelope. So let me get some note, sticky notes. See, I think I got some in here. I should have prepped that before I went live. I'm sorry. Okay, how can I do this? I want to do like this. I don't want to mess up the envelope. It's so decorative. Okay, if I do like this. Hang on. There we go. Now everything is covered up. Hi, Barbara. Ooh, Lena, you got my work. You got me working in my Lynda Barry book for 2 weeks. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Barbara. Hi, Janet Nash and Tori. Hi. Well, I got this awesome happy mail, so I'm just gonna wait and see. I don't think Janet is showing up. It's a little bit because she's got relatives over, family this week, so she might just catch the recorded. But okay, I received this in the mail. Look, it is just so perfectly. She is so detailed when she is sending out things. Um, okay, you really have been enjoying it. Oh, that's awesome to hear. I'm so happy to hear that, Barbara. It is fun to keep an art journal, right? Like not a journal where you rant in, but where you just can draw and everything. Okay, and then it says, "Hey, Lena, you're the best. Much love. Coming at you, Janet." And then she sent this envelope, and everything is so decorated and so nice. And it's called "A Monster Who's Who for You." I love every tiny critter. Oh my god, I'm such a big kid, so this is really just up my alley. And inside is one of Janet's notorious detailed scenes where she has drawn out some monsters and written about them. And she named this one Hawk Jr. Hawk Jr. has followed in his father's footsteps, rising to the position of sewer maintenance supervisor. Hawk Jr. has recently been introduced into the Sewer Hall of Fame. You can just see how he's swallowing up everything in his disgusting mouth. It is so hilarious. I actually think this is the back, this is the front. Monster Menagerie, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correct, but isn't it just an awesome word? A menagerie. A who's who of unremarkable creatures as shown by our first entry, Anthony A. Carrier, career politician from the planet Corruptus. The bar for inclusion was not high, Anthony. And we all know that she disliked lawyers, right? So I thought that was like an extra pun for that. And then when I flip it over, this monster is called Herb Dew. Another unremarkable creature. Herb Dew is a valedictorian graduate of the Donut Decorating Institute, specializing in sprinkles. Attention to detail is his hallmark. His skills are sought after by all the finest donut establishments. Isn't it just funny? Sluggo. Sluggo. A quiet, unassuming Uglian has risen to the position of assistance to the queen, the youngest in a litter of 86. His achievements are lauded throughout the galaxy. Schluggo is single and ready to mingle. So, some of these words are like really hard for me to pronounce. So yeah, Janet, she is so funny, but I'm telling you, she's so funny. Snark. Survivor winner season 431. Pegasus 6. Surviving temperatures averaging 1,000 degrees, beating contestants from 17 other planets. He reported that the hardest challenge was eating food found on Earth, especially calf's liver and Brussels sprouts. Up to dude. A haunted house designer who started his career has satisfied his lifelong desire to scare the crap out of small children and senior citizens. A worthy goal indeed. So watch out if you're walking in the dark, you might bump into up to dot dude Krog. These two are like my favorite. They're so funny. Krog. Despite never having worn a stitch of clothing in his life, Krug is a children's clothing designer. His growling achievement is the notorious brand Underoos, a personal favorite of this writer. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up because I'm trying to, chuckle in a laugh. My mother always said, "Clean Underoos daily." Carbog. Carbog, a world-renowned cannabis tester, has risen to the top in this high-demand profession. Um, Discipline totally intended. Cannabis hobbies includes video gaming and snacking. In addition to testing cannabis, Cardi founded bongs. Oh my god, it is so hilarious. And then the last one. But everything is so detailed and so nicely colored in. This could be like a print from I don't know, something really professional because it is just she sets the bar so high for these scenes, I'm telling you guys. So I just wanted to share. Now I think it belongs in my Lynda Barry book. So I think that I will take copies of it and then glue in the monsters in my Lynda Barry book and then store the original scene in a very special place. I got a journal where these scenes fits in. So but thank you very much, Janet, if you're watching the recording. I received it and I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Hi, Dabbler. Yes, Janet's scenes are just epic. I remember that Janet and Sandra, they were and the CB, they went to Australia where they actually saw like a scene exhibition. She would kick butt in a show like that. I'm telling you, it would be like a worthy input from the US to be displayed in that exhibition. But syllabus, Lynda Barry, we actually have gotten through a lot in this book, and we are at a point where Lynda is telling us to fold a piece of paper, creating some squares where we within these squares can art away. And that's what I think that we could do today. I'm not going for her exercises in the books because they're more focused on people. And I know it could be like totally fun to do like Bob Owen's relatives or, inventing our own creatures. But it's just, yeah, I don't trust my bad sense of humor, because I would just let my mouth ramble and then suddenly something I regret comes out if I had to tell a story about a character. So instead, I got another idea. I did prep a page spread with these squares, and then because the setup suddenly in my book reminded me of Muppet Show, I wanted to just color in the background of it and start it. But that's actually what I thought we could work on today. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Carol. Okay, I think you saw this page. This is the page. So can you just imagine that I give myself some arches, and then it would be like the intro from Muppet Show? Does it ring a bell? Does anyone recall the start?
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to meet the Muppet on the Muppet Show tonight.
Right? Recall it? I can't show it because I probably would get in problems, But remember those arches where fluffy creatures from the Muppet shows had each their balcony? So that's what I think that I would do with the Lynda Barry exercise. So yeah, that's the plan. But let me see. I I worked in this journal. I think I told you about this one. Where my hubby discovered that I use my thumb to accept payment in my net bank on my phone. And when he realized that, he just said out loud that he need to note that to himself, that when he bury me in the backyard, he has to remember to cut off my thumb. So, and this was about Elon Musk spending 44 million on a shopping splurge on a regular daily day. So I just did a drawing about him sitting doing his weekly budget at home, thinking that he has to go into a no spend week. And this is the new one. Um, I first drew this. This is actually, I think you can see some of it over here. It's that plate here where I got my glue stick and my sun stick and washi and pencil and everything. And yeah, my hubby. He started surfing, so one of his surfing buddies picked him up. But before they left, there were time for a cup of coffee in the garden, and then they were just yelling at me like, "Hey, let's sit out in the garden." And then his friend is watching me grabbing a stick and smear it into my forehead. And then I said, "Okay, I'm ready." And then he asked me, "Do you always make sure you always do that to make sure that your sunglasses stick?" And then I was like, "Do what?" And then he's like, "Well, I saw you took a glue stick and smeared on your forehead before putting on your sunglasses." And it just cracked me up. I took my U glue stick instead of my sun stick. And I don't know what went on in his mind in the seconds that he's talking with me, and then I'm just taking this glue stick, smearing it in my forehead, putting on my sunglasses. Oh my god, it cracks me up. So yeah, that's what this spread is about. Here I made a song for Janet, and it was based on the Eros Ramazzotti Se bastasse una canzone that I translated into Janet sat and ate a grande calzone. I wanted to send it to her in private because it was like an internal joke between her, me, and Dan. But I couldn't upload the file; it was too big, so I had to put it out on YouTube. I took it down because I think I would be in trouble with the copyright violation. Plus, it was also a little bit embarrassing if people didn't understand what was going on. But I don't know how many of you guys managed to catch it. So, but it was just for fun. Um, then I revitalized my gouache palette, and that's what's been huge in my desk the past couple of days. We're talking about this yummy palette. Look at it. Oh my god, it looks so juicy. I feel I want to eat it. I don't know. I can't resist all that glossy paint, those happy colors. I can't believe that I let the palette die out into a crusty, crumbled, dead palette. So I'm just so happy that we talked about this gouache palette on my last live stream, because you guys really inspired me to give it a second chance before I was like this close to throw it out, you know? And the reason why I wanted to kick it out was because it looked so dead, you know, like dried out, completely dead. It still weighed a ton. So shipping alone, if someone in the US would say like, "Oh, I would like to take over that palette," would be like $24, you know. So it's not even worth in shipping giving away, you know. So I was so close to just bin it, and then I found out that I could bring it back to life by just adding simple water and let it soak. And then the next day, I was able to stir together the paint and dissolve all the clumps. So now I actually got like juicy gouache back in my life. So I have been painting a lot of test things, you know, this and that, using this gouache. One of the first things that I painted was this swatch sheet, and it's a music paper. Can you just see how opaque it is? It's like full coverage. Um, what a unique quality on a water soluble product. It's not um acrylic, you know, so I can be like really messy and do splatters, and I can just wipe it off with a warm cloth from my table. So it really opens up a lot of ideas to use gouache instead of acrylic in my world. So yeah, so I've been practicing. um First I took this drawing here. It's basically from last week. I started the some of the drawing, and then I needed to color it in. So instead of color it in with the watercolors that I had planned to do, I used gouache instead. And I am just so positive to, what's it called when you have like a positive experience to how vibrant the leaves are and how saturated the paint is. It's so effortless to get this saturation. So, and I also tried to do some really like folds in her dress. And I have a little fupa up here, but if you look aside from that, I think the folds are convincing. You know, it's not. I can drag the dry brush effect down here, so you get some sort of texture in her dress. So it's not a clumpy kids art supply. I think it's really useful. So and then I think I I know I uploaded this to YouTube. It's Robert Duval, and it's from, oh my god, I think I forgot who the reference photo was from. I see Sanders, I think a pencil sketch that he made. And then yeah, this is like really like watered down gouache, but still full coverage on some places. But when you use gouache, you are not supposed to dilute it so much that it becomes watercolor. So I tried that technique with this guy here, where you're putting in like I don't know if you can see on my brush strokes that I have like thick gouache. I almost has not any moisture or water on my brush, so I'm just trying to build up with that thick gouache. And it's a little bit it's a very different way compared to where you water it down. But I like both expressions, I have to say. I need to give credit for this. Where do I have it? I found this picture on Pinterest, and he called it gouache portrait, and his name is Salazar Art. So what I did was simply just that I gave myself a geometric grid and then gridded it out on this paper. You can still see some of my lines. And then I try to follow his gouache work because it's so expressive. Some might think it's ugly. It's like balancing on a thin line. I mean, if you do it wrong, it becomes a mess. But if you get your values right, you can use crazy colors, thick strokes, quick applications, and still get the essence of a face. I was so in doubt about these reflection from the glasses. I thought they were too harsh. They do look too harsh, but I, the further away I look at this, the more cohesive it becomes. So I think that this style of art, you're sitting too close on the paper when you're doing it. You need to constantly step back, look at it from a distance. So I think this weekend that I want to play more in this style, and gouache is just so perfect for it because it's not acrylic, so it's not gonna dry out on you. So you can really take your time, and it's not oil, so it will dry on the paper, so you immediately can go on top with your lighter values. So there's just so many pros on working with gouache. But okay, I'm just totally psyched because I brought back this palette to life. So now I'm like really positive about, oh, gouache is my go-to media at the moment. Let me see if we can get that yummy, yummy palette into the frame because I think it helps on the clarity of my colors. Let's see. I would give it a go. No harm in it for the plate. Uh, yeah. I have a little set I got to paint the windows, so I will have a go. Oh, you're talking about something else. It's like watercolor, yes, but like super opaque. Look at this swatch right here. Oh my god, it is like tremendously opaque. Let me grab some watercolors so we can just swatch for fun next to some of these, so you can see in comparison. Okay, red and yellow are super transparent, also the purple ones. But let's focus on the blue and the green because sometimes you can find less transparent watercolors in those hues, those colors. Okay, I'm super loading up my brush. Can you all see that? Like I'm really punching, beating up that pan. Super, super loaded brush. Okay, I'm sliding on this paper. It's musical paper with a sort of a glossy coat on it. So I think you need to put clear gesso or water media. What's it called? Watercolor ground on if you want to paint on this piece of substrate with watercolors. But gouache eats it. You can actually paint on this crazy piece of paper with gouache with no issues. Okay, I'm gonna hit this with a heat gun. This is a super example because this is uh, what do we call it? Just hobby paint. There's a lot of white fillers in especially the bright kind of pastel colors. So it's not super transparent. And even though I put on the thickest coat ever, it's still transparent. Can you see? You can still sense the line work here and everything. And that's the biggest difference, I think, when I paint with the gouache set and regular watercolors, is that I can get that totally matte, non-glossy, almost looking like velvet. The black looks totally like velvet. So if you guys are doing a lot of coloring books where you like to black out the background in just a matte black finish that's gonna cover a lot, I can recommend black gouache. And you can be really messy with your transitions. It's not like it's blooming, or okay, it depends on how much water you're using, of course. But you can really get a nice application without having blooms or a light area and then a super saturated area. Like here you can see with watercolors, it's not consistent. Can you see? Like there is a difference in where the pigments decided to dry on the paper. So yeah, once you get to know gouache, it's actually quite a cute little supplement to your stash. You know, you can do some fun things with it. And what I love about it most is the price. I was in checking the price, and then I realized that, for like I don't know, $24, you can get a decent set of gouache. Hi, CB. So I got tempted and bought and ordered an, what's it called? Ardex. It's got a really weird name. ARTTX. Ardex. It was a yellow gouache palette. And I like the pastel pans in that set, and I thought it would be a good complementary to this set here. So I can't wait. It's going to arrive. I hope that it arrived today, but it didn't. It's going to arrive next week. So on my next stream, I will show it. You know those? Yeah. So, my brand of gouache is, I bought it from Amazon, and it's just called Adore, gouache color Adore. But I noticed that, hey, if you go to Lindsay the Frugal Crafter recently on her channel, she has been showing a video, I think it's a week old or something, where she shows like 5 or 6 sets of gouache. And some of them was from Himi and Arteza and, what more? There was another brand, Ardex, and also it starts with an A, and they're making a supply for stampers and card makers. What was the name? But what I want to say is that go watch that video because she's so thorough. I mean, there is none like Lindsay, the frugal crafter, who can do a review of a product. So she's going through everything in those art categories with her gouache, like from the how the lid is, how it's holding up, to how much the cup weighs, to what she likes to paint with the most and everything. And then she displays this huge palette of like 56 pan gouache. This is 24. So imagine this at least doubled up, and it takes over her whole screen with these yummy yummy cups. So it's just pure eye candy to watch. That's a dream. So, but it's not the one called All Star Gouache 101 or something. You know, she's painting some Chuck Taylors in gouache. That's not the stream. The stream I'm talking about, you can't miss it. You can see these palettes on the beginning of her picture print. What is it called? You know, the picture that they show on YouTube before you click on the video. So yeah, Lindsay, she's cool. I like that she's so thorough because sometimes I have questions to art supplies that I want to be answered, but she's like, no question is too lame, you know. So if she's in doubt whether, yeah, thumbnail, that's true. Thank you, thank you, Tori. She's just so cool, you know. She's digging into issues and investigating things the cool way. So I have the big box of Arteza tubes, but haven't cracked them open yet. Had them for at least 6 months. I had the Arteza also, and I put them in this set here. And when they dried up, they totally shrunk. I mean, you can see, and they crack and everything. So just be aware if you're going to dry up your tube set that you need a pan that's got a certain size, because if this was like a half pan, it would be so obnoxious because then it would crack even more. So I think that a full pan is the smallest size that you can dry up a Tesa gouache without them crumbling and totally falling out of the pan. So, but aren't you guys curious if I can revitalize this? Oh man, I'm so tempted. But if I do, I won't have a lid to close it with. I would need saran wrap and all kind of messy things. But oh my god, I'm so tempted to let them soak in water and see. They're like hard as rock, you know. They may be better if you only squeeze out what you need that day. Yeah, yeah. I would definitely refrain from drying them out. I could also hear on the Lindsay, the frugal crafter, that she regret that she had this one Hemi gouache set that she let dry out. You could really tell when she was talking, that she kind of regret that it happened, but it's so easy to revitalize them. Yeah, I think so too, Barbara, and I'm tempted to, but then I would need some sort of closure to. I don't know. Don't tempt me. It's like the reason why I'm tempted, I have to confess, is because it was like really relaxing, almost like meditative to sit and stir in these cups here, squeezing out the lumps, just stirring in them. It was like really fulfilling. So, yeah, but today, did I do something here? Okay, here I just swatched them out on this paper. I needed to see, the opacity of them. And Gail suggested that I should, I got like spine issues because it's starting to warp. So Gail suggested that I took my jelly print papers and then just started gluing in from the back. So I did. So now I got some of my jelly prints here in the back. And then I worked on this spread when Janet M. Young was streaming because she was doing letters, dangling letters, I think she called it. So I painted the A and the S together with her, and then she showed the L. I want to go back and do more dangles up here from the top and some flowers coming up here. So the spread is not completely finished yet. But yeah, it was just a little paint along. Let's see. Take care, Janet Nash. Oh, time for dinner. Yep, it's about, what is it, 7 or 6 in the UK. This is also jelly print, and I was thinking that I should give it a coat of clear gesso and then see if we can use gouache on top of that surface. I'm a little bit interested myself, because oh, thank you. Because the reason why I dislike gluing in too many jelly printed pages in my comp book is because I don't know how can I work on top of them. Then I'm like super forced to use like acrylic, for instance. But today I'm curious to see if I just give this a coat of clear gesso, if it will give me a surface that will grip and hold gouache intact. I think the gouache will grip, no issue there, but the issue is, will it stay there? Will it like chip off with time when you bend the page, because here it's not chipping off. I just crinkled the page and it's a thick layer that's on here. So yeah, I kind of got on the feeling that it works, but I have to test it out to be sure. So I was thinking that I could try and make a drawing of Lynda Barry. She portraits herself. She's so recognizable in this book. Let me see if I can find where she draw a painting of herself. Like, this is her. It's always this lady, and it's always like in one tone color, like monochromatic. I have here also, that's her sitting at her desk. So I was thinking that I could honor her by trying to make a sketch of her. Like, here she is with her cat. So, so I wanted to draw Lynda Barry on this book right here, and I love the way that she's got like wonky glasses, messed up hair, and her clothes look like, I don't know, sweater, hoodie kind of clothes. So it's not like she's got like signature jewelry or uh, fancy outwear, that's intricate to draw. So I think I can get away with it. Yeah, I think I showed that one. That's also her. Yeah, so those are the things that I thought that I would do today. But let's let this dry with a heat gun. It goes faster. Oh, it's like I'm heating up the acrylic. I get a strange smell. I think I will not heat set it so much because I don't like that fume that it casts. Uh, yeah, I did see her uploads on YouTube where and I was a bit disappointed because first I typed in, Lynda Barry, and there was a ton of hits. So I thought, yeah, I can really study her on YouTube. But then it turns out that most of the things she is saying on YouTube is like repetition, like the same, because she's been interviewed so many times and are doing like TED Talks and other like where she's standing on a stage and have to talk about her process. So it's a lot of repetition. So it's a little bit discouraging, when you see how many videos there are about Lynda Barry and then the content is like the same. So, but other than that, I think that it's been a long time that there's been an upload from her lately. So maybe she is working on something to upload soon. Oh, it's still a little bit sticky. Yeah, I don't think that I want to heat set it because I really just like that fume that came. Maybe I can do like this instead. Yeah, that helps. But you know what? Bob Owen is not streaming today. So I don't even have to stress about, I feel a little bit sad that the way I exited my last stream, I was talking and then suddenly, yeah, goodbye, I gotta go. And then I turned off my camera. But I really felt that I want to show Bob the respect of ending my stream right before she goes on. So I kind of felt that I kind of kicked everyone out of my stream in less than 30 seconds. Okay, I need to find. Oh, did you see? I just. Okay, nothing happens. I know I just flipped the book on the wet paint. Let's find a good one of her. Yeah, she's like the same image. She must have drawn herself 1,000 times since she can get that same expression. Like you really feel you kind of know her. Oh, these are good pages. I like these one where she's like pondering. I'm gonna pick this one where she's pondering about what to write in her comp book. That's awesome. And I want the juicy palette in screen. I think it helps me with the color, so the white won't flash out anything. Yeah, it's getting a little bit more dry. No. Does any of you remember the name of the book of monsters Janet has? Ah, that's a good question. Um, ah, I actually knew it last week because I was Googling it. I tried to find it on Amazon. Uh, okay, now I'm in doubt. Oh, I think I need to hit this high above with the heat gun and maybe not so close at it. I wonder why it takes so long for that gesso to dry. It is clear gesso and nothing. Oh, it's also a primer. Yeah, okay. Maybe there is something inside of it so you can like an extender or something. It just takes a while for it to dry. Yeah, that helped a little bit. You can feel when it's cool to the touch that it's still not totally settled in. So, and I want it to settle in well because I'm gonna paint over it with a pencil. So maybe I should take my markers. Yeah, this is a gel print page, so I can actually use my markers without having any bleed through to the other page. So now where the gesso is completely dried up, I think I will just sketch with my markers. It's not like the fancy, anything expensive. It's just like from Dollar Tree, so I don't even care if I ruin a marker working on top of this acrylic because I really need to use up these. Some of these are like really old, more than maybe 10 years. So let's see. Um, Making monsters. Let's see. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Maybe I should go on live chat. Oh, let's see. We have her glasses right here. And then her nose is coming out. It's funny that she doesn't draw in eyes. It's just empty. I am killing the marker a little bit. I'm gonna continue. And then her lips. I love the way she's making her hand. It's just, a lot of cartoon figures only got 3 fingers. Hers does too. So it's kind of easy to make. I gave her such a choppy hand right there. It's okay. She can take it. It's a little bit funny. Notice how she's giving herself a double chin. It's hilarious. And he's got a hair, and she's wearing bandanas, I think. Um, I am kind of killing the marker, because you. Holding a pencil, and then here is the book. I think we should go for like a mug of coffee here, maybe. Okay, now we got the basic sketch down. So I think I will block out the maybe the table surface, so I can kind of give myself a visual of the room. So let me start with the background first. And look how you can just dip into this gouache right here. And can you see how opaque it is? I am having a blast with this product. I think what I like the most is that it's water soluble. So if I don't like, let's say you don't like what you did right there, you can take a wet baby wipe. Let me see. Let's say you're working on a surface like me that's acrylic, or that you gessoed with clear gesso, and you regret your application. You can just take a wet baby wipe and then wipe your way back to the starting point. Isn't it amazing? I That's what I love so much about this medium. But I had some gouache tubes, and I had to give myself a new pan, which was this yellow ochre right here. So I squeezed out from a tube set that I got of gouache, that yellow ochre, and then some binders came out, and I had to squeeze a lot before the binder stopped and the color started to come. So that made me squeeze out that whole tube set into this palette, kind of also, to refill it, because it wasn't like, you could tell that I've used it. And then I just stirred it around and mixed it all in, so it became like I changed that green color right there. I didn't like that green. That was like a chrome oxide green. Very. I'm not such a big fan of chrome oxide. I don't know really how to use it. So I just added my own gouache tubes to the set. You can also do that with an acrylic ink background. Wipe away. Oh, cool. I love it when you have like a second chance to regret something and just quickly wipe it off. That's like the best. What kind of? I think she wear dark colors, so I actually think that she would like this army green for some reason. I don't know. I don't think that she's a girl that wears like pretty pink light colors. So I'm just gonna give her this army green. But I can't wait until that Artex, Artex. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You know that gouache set that I ordered. I can't wait for it to come. It's so difficult to see colors when you're watching on the screen. You know, when we get enabled from a stream, it's difficult to spot what does it look like in real life. So I can't wait to see the colors with my own eyes. I think they're more like pastel, and of course, I could make it with white from this set that I already got. But there's just something cool about convenience pans, you know, when you just can dip and go. I also think that it's difficult to have a mixing palette with gouache because it becomes so clumsy and sticks to the palette. So for projects like this, just being able to dip and then paint, it's just awesome. Ooh, that black is sure is black. Yeah, I ordered it from Amazon and it's a yellow box. ArtX. It's got a crazy name. So I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Okay, now to mix up a skin tone, it is so super easy. I use the white when I'm doing skin tones. It's probably just a detour. You can probably mix skin tones differently. But what I do is that I take a red, like this one, and then I take some ochre, or you could take yellow, maybe a little bit more ochre. Then I mix it up, and then I squeeze out white on my palette. And then I just start picking from the white and dragging it out. So you can see I get skin tone in many step outs suddenly. And then I just kind of leave it like that. So I let, you could say I let it dry up. And then if I need to paint skin tones another day, I can just pick up from that puddle right there. So it's like super easy. Sure, a lot of people would say that, yeah, you need to have an underpainting so that you get different tones in your skin tones, but then you're getting like really technical, you know. So I like this much better when it's just fast applications. I wonder if I should just leave the glasses yellow with no eyes in. That was really dark. I like that I got that Sharpie line because I know it's not gonna lift. I'm just doing this a little bit sloppy, I know. I want to let it dry and then go on top of it. Yeah, that's the one, Carol. Art X. How the heck do I pronounce that? Art X. It's like there is a, for my tongue, there is like too many, I need a vocal, you know? There's like too many strange letters next to each other. And her comp book. I wonder if she ever is tempted to move into a different sort of journal, or if she's like just forever ever comp book girl. Who knows? It could be so fun to see um, people who taking her class to see their comp books. You know, I think they look just as crazy as my book, filled with all sorts of random text, uh, child illustrations, some really childish interpretation of things, because you kind of wake up your inner child when you're working with Lynda Barry. It's impossible not to be a little childish. Oh, thank you, Carol. I try to make spreads in them on a weekly day basis, not daily, because I'm not that organized, or like I keep blaming it on my work. Let's say that I didn't have to go up and work, and feed the family and stuff like that. And I really think that I would be swallowed up in my craft room and have time to maintain my journals. But so far, it's just time wise a little bit scarce. Okay, brown hair. I think I should go for brown hair. And then maybe some yellow for highlights. So if I start blocking in just with the yellow, she's got, is it called pigtails in her hair? I think so. So let me see if I can get in some pigtails. Oh my god, this is like compared to the portraits I've been working on this week, this is like the most sloppy portrait that I've worked on. But it's okay. It have to be fast. That's one of them. I think I need a red mouth. detailed braids. Oh, that's it's called. Thank you. Okay, I'm switching brush. I want to get in some sort of a red mouth. And maybe I should give the glasses some sort of reflection. I'm thinking about something that's a little bit bluish, blue tone with white. Let's just block them in as white. Yeah, that's best. Okay, what to do about this hair? I think she's have a bandana on, so I'm gonna give her a red bandana. I thought those were her teeth. It could be. I'm trying to make that strange mouth that she gave herself. It's fun to paint her because she's been making herself look so loose, you know. You know what? If she's having a bandana on, I'm gonna make it show in her hair somehow. Is that too crazy? Maybe like that. Okay, now we got the red up. Maybe we can give her some color on her cheeks. She looks a little bit worried. So maybe I should draw the glasses one more. Oops. That's like super wet. Um, an odd hand. And then she's got this pen sticking out. I think I also want to lay a pen on the desk. It was a fat pen. Something like that. Yeah, I like her. You think that after spending so many years making comics, I could answer the question, but the answer isn't fixed. How long will it take to draw? That's what she's pondering about. Maybe her question is asked is that how long time did it take her to become a cartoonist? Since she really have to ponder about it so badly. Oh man, I know it's not a Jane Davenport girl. I just want to give her a little bit of nose right here. Yeah, thank you. Now I feel good that I got her drawn into my comp book somehow. I looked also, Barbara, no luck. Yeah, go check on Janet's stream because I think she showed it 2 times. The first time was it 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, maybe? It's very recently, actually. Um, as yeah, Lynda Barry as a Jane Davenport girl. That would be like just alone putting her in a dress. I mean, I can't really see her in a dress. So, so I guess the background there has lots small lighter areas that look like teeth. Oh yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Okay, hopefully this is drying. I'm just gonna hit it a little bit with a heat gun. Yeah, now I'm totally sure that it's dry. Oh no, there's still some wet up there. I want to flip the page. That's why I want to dry her up. Yeah, now I think I can flip the page. Because I want to work on that exercise. You know, the one that reminds me so much of the Muppet Show. This one. Well, her exercise is that you take a piece of paper, and if you can't draw it into squares, you can always fold the paper and then you will get the squares. And then let me see. As basically she's drawing cartoons in it. She's drawing funny people by first giving them a job title and then drawing for fun how she think they are, like this is the baker, the chief, a dragon slayer. But I don't want to do that because I don't know, there's just something inside of me. I think it's a little bit strange. And then I was thinking about, Muppet Show because of the division. It reminded me of the balcony. And then I was thinking like, oh, you could actually draw like the peep gallery, people from my stream, but then I would really, it will end bad, it would be funny until someone get mad. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the idea of making the Muppet outlook and then see if I can draw in some fuzzy Muppets. But it's kind of something I think you should it's an exercise you should do while you, for instance, are watching a stream, because it's a little bit like doodling, right? So I'm thinking if I put in some arches and then or I actually know what these are called. It's called an arbor. Like in Kathy Arbor. I'm gonna put in these arbors and then with acrylic paint on this, because I can work on top of acrylic with markers, and this kind of doodling would be funniest to do with markers, because I think if you go on top of for instance watercolor or gouache or something with markers, you're going to kill your marker. It's not a permanent, gouache and watercolors are not permanent, so they will lift off and it will end bad. So let me grab some acrylic. I'm just gonna put a lid on this palette so I'm keeping it moist. I hate this lid. Ugh. I struggle so much with this lid, you won't believe it. It's like there's always one latch that refuses. So yeah, it's as good as it gets. And look, then I place it on the table and it does like this. I mean, don't you just hate it? I can't believe why it's so impossible to create a palette with a functional lid. Okay, I really need to put aside these watercolor brushes because I am not trusting myself that I won't suddenly dip them into acrylic. Okay, talk about setting up just because I want to paint some arches. I could have blocked it in with the marker while I was waiting. Let's pick a color. I like this one. That's nice. Or maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, let's take this dark one. I'm gonna use this as my palette. It's just a piece of plastic from work. Did anyone see Kathy Arbor's stream where she started last week by making some faces, and then I think it was yesterday, then she started making bodies for the faces. And while she was making those streams, I was thinking about, that's actually this kind of exercise, where you kind of make like Bob Owen's relatives. Oh my god, could I have picked a bigger brush for this? I need to switch my brush. That's a horrible size. What do I have? Oh, that's a horrible brush. At least it's better than the other one. I think I'm gonna say thank you and retire that other brush into a glue brush. It would be perfect for matte medium. But I can hold on to a brush like there's no tomorrow. I don't know why. They keep lingering around my room. It's so difficult to throw them out. There's always an excuse, to hang on to them just a little longer. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm wasting you guys' time with this. Let me see. Somebody's leaving? No? Okay, I thought somebody said goodbye. But my mind is racing like a freak, like what to put inside these. There's a lot of characters. Oops. Oh my god. I am hurrying through this. But at least you guys should be glad that I sort of prepped the page. If I had just started with blank sheets, you would have seen paint dry forever. But I think if you work on a page spread like this exercise, you can end up with a cool looking page in the end. Depending on how much energy you put into it. And I want to put some energy in it because I really like this Lynda Barry book. So I know some of my pages look like I spent a lot of time on it, but I don't want to have like 20 pages rushed in a row because then it kind of destroy the journal and become looking like I stressed or something. So I really try to take my time. These hawk's hair brushes are really stiff. I wonder why they're manufacturing them because it doesn't matter how you apply the paint, it's going down streaky. And it doesn't matter whether it's oil, acrylic, or whatnot, gesso. I just get that streaky look. Guess it works for texture some places. Hi Flo! Oh, I need to click on my notifications. Hi Kimberly! Welcome to my house. Okay, remember the Muppet shows where they had that balcony thing? And now I got a lot of people in here. I can't show it because I would get in trouble. But if I play the song, then you might know what I'm talking about. Um, Here we go.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
Remember
It's
it?
time to meet the Muppet on the Muppet Show tonight.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Why don't we get things started? I like those two elderly guys up in the balcony a lot. But they got like yellow light here, and then they got like an ombre inside this balcony. So I could actually give a little bit of color into each of these arches. And that's how I think that I will solve this exercise by using the Muppet Show setup. Man, I loved Muppet Show when I was little or younger. I wasn't even little. I came to Denmark when I was 14, 13, 14. I got introduced to Muppet Show then, and I thought it was hilarious. It cracked me up. And everybody in my school thought that they were so mature that Muppet Show was for kids. So secretly, I was actually watching and adoring the show until I was like 16 or something. I just never saw a universe like that. Crazy, crazy universe where like real people were guests, like real adult famous actors was showing up. And it was just also like so American, You got introduced to American cakes and whatnot, You got a lot of culture when it comes to, let's just say, country and western, So suddenly you see all the Muppets in this scenery, country western scenery with singing chickens and cowboy hats and everything. It's just, for me, it was just such a treat. They came on Friday, and I was just sitting glued to a television, feeling that it was a universe I couldn't really talk with other people about because the the people that I hang out with, as it was called in school, thought that it was for kids. They were too mature to watch it. I think I can even watch it as an adult. Um, there is a one of my favorite Muppet skits is the one when they sing, "You take the lime and the coconut and drink it all up." Well, it's a doctor that in Muppet Show is visiting a patient, and the patient is in pain, and then the patient asks, "What can I do?" And then the doctor says that you take the lime and a coconut and drink it all up. And then he starts singing, and the more he sings, the more crazy the hospital room turns into a jungle in the end. For every second the song is on, creatures are popping up, singing along, turning the whole set, the stage into a jungle. I mean, I really love those things. So maybe maybe the Muppet universe kind of inspired my crazy humor. I don't know. There's just so many hilarious Muppets. There's also the sequence where pigs in space. I mean, doesn't that crack you up? Flying pigs in space. Just the idea. And also, they could take a song, still American culture. Bee Gees, I Get Around. And then they take a Muppets Miss Piggy on a motorcycle and make a sketch about, those rocker pigs from Muppets, like male pigs following Miss Piggy on their bikes, and they got like leather biker outfits on and everything. Everything is just so really well produced. So I only got fond memories about Muppet shows. So for me, it's honor to have them represented in my Lynda Barry book as something wacky. Okay, I got that shiny. It doesn't even show. Okay, it shows a lot on my table. You guys can't really see, but I got that shiny glow of something pink. Maybe I should put a little bit contrast color, just a smidgen. I could even mix it up with the pink. Okay, let me just not mix it up with the pink and see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna water it down a lot so it just becomes. Can I control it if I do like this? Yeah, I think I can do it. I'm gonna be brave and just give myself a long stroke like this. And then see if I can dab it off. Man, it looks crazy. But maybe it's okay to give like a strange texture. Looks a little bit crazy. I'm not sure this was such a good idea, but now I have to follow it like a slave to the end because then it seems like, oh, she meant to do that. Yeah, not sure that was the best idea to pull out of the hat. If anyone is wondering, it's a baby wipe that I'm dabbing with here. Okay. I made such nice portraits this week, and now I'm sitting, finally got an audience. You're visiting my house, and then I'm sitting and painting this. Okay. Believe it or not, I'm not done prepping this stage yet. I need the yellow lamps. I think I want to put in dots of white first, and then come back with a gold glitter pen, and then because it's got like that white background, it will receive the gold pen better. So I got some white here. Ooh, it's getting old. Oh man, can you even tell? That was a nasty one. Can you see how grainy it came out? That's not good. I don't even want to brush in that. I think I'm gonna use the end of my brush to dab in that white. Or should I? I have a small one here. Maybe I'll take this one. Um, Let me see. I am totally distracted and not reading chat at all. I hope that nobody got a question. I don't think that there's any question to what I'm doing here. Okay, let me see. Muppet Show got like lights right here. Okay, favorite character in Muppet Show is also this Swedish cook. And because I'm from Denmark, I can hear that he's actually saying some Swedish words. You know, the hooba dooba dooba. You put the chicken in the pot. And then you can hear he's saying something in Swedish. So that's so fun to know that they actually hired a guy who could say something in Swedish to play that cook. Okay, people who don't know Muppet Show is have no clue what I'm talking about. It's just gibberish. Hopefully this will work. It's always good when you're working with like really transparent colors, and yellow is one of those, to give yourself a white starting point. Because if you don't, it will just be swallowed up by the colorful background, and you don't have that effect that you wanted to achieve with such a bright color as yellow. It took me a long time to figure out that. Just as it took me quite a while before I figure out that a white background when you're gluing on a napkin also is quite helpful. It's just crazy how sometimes you get ahead of yourself and forget those tiny tricks. Let's see. I'm trying to. Who doesn't know Muppets? Exactly. But you would be surprised how many is saying, when I grew up, that it's just for kids, like it was under their dignity. They were too mature to watch the Muppet Show. I think I could even watch it as an adult. I'm actually surprised that I can remember so much from it. But for me, it was double up excitement because there was these actors. Um, they had actually famous actors showing up as guests, and I really loved that. Okay, ta-da! We got light. I think I'm the only one who know what these yellow dots are. Ta-da! And then I'm gonna give it a dry, and then I'm gonna find my. I got a golden pen, so let me just dig out that pen. Let me just test if this was the one. Yeah, it's not like convincing gold. Maybe it will work. I think I should hit this with a heat gun so I don't kill that pen. Oh man, I squeezed out too much of that blue. Okay, now you're gonna see how annoying I am. I can't get myself to throw out this chunky. So what I do, and it's probably a bit embarrassing to reveal on a stream. I, I like to suck paint back up into my containers if I can. I mean, I would never do it if it was like contaminated with something else. But it's not like it gives me sleepless nights. It's not like that OCD. I just think it's a shame to not use it. So, ta-ta! Now it's back in its home. You do the same. Awesome that I'm not alone in it. But sometimes it's just so easy to just take that and suck it back up. Oops. And it does feel a little bit stupid when I look at the price, like it's not that expensive paint that I'm working with. There is this girl on YouTube. She collects paint skins, and then when she's got enough, she's collaging with them, putting them all on a canvas and making one artwork out of it, and it becomes this colorful collage looking so beautiful, and it's super textured because her paint skins are fat. What she does when she has this a tray that you serve tea with. In Morocco they got them in like a tin, so imagine a round tin tray for serving tea. That's her palette, and it comes in like hills and valleys, and she's able to just peel off. Imagine the RSMR of peeling off that skin from that tray. I mean, I don't know. I can just picture it, that she's peeling off that skin and then, dividing it up and then putting it up into a mosaic. It is just awesome. Okay, I think I should hit this with a heat gun so I'm sure that it's dry. So hang on. Oh, it's still wet. Just a second more. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I could let me just test out. Maybe instead of painting on the yellow dots, I could make these yeah, I think I'm gonna circle around them instead. Still a disaster waiting to happen when I bump into a wet. Once again, I don't think that you guys are able to see a lot of that effect. Oh my god, there I hit it. Can you see that? Okay, pen still want to play. Maybe the effect is not that visual, but it looking super nice from where I'm sitting. I actually like when I hit that area down here. Now when I went so far and paint this gallery up here, it's a shame that I don't have space to paint those two elderly men sitting up in that lounge dissing the show. Wake me up when it's finished. But maybe on another spread. I actually heard that the Muppet Show company bought up the Jim Henderson. He's a different cartoonist, but has made some you could call it like adult animation. So it's interesting what they're going to produce together. Oh, I think my pen survived. Oh, oh my god, what did I do? I squeezed. I'm sorry, I simply squeezed out. I was a little bit too rough. Oh, there we go. Okay. Moving up to art room. Yay! Hi, Melissa. Hi, Magical. That's Carol. Hi, Carol. Let's see. I still sort of live by Miss Piggy's guide to life. That's cute. I love it when she bashes her hair like hit people. But okay, now it's dry. Now it's ready. And this is the part where it can go a little bit wrong, because I want to draw some. I want to draw something. There's different ways you can do this. You can do this to be your family balcony, like trying to make cartoon or what's it called, caricatures of people you actually know, but you're the only one who know that in your comp book they are the one. But depends on how far you're gonna take this. I think I'll just start by drawing, just myself as I've been drawing myself most of the time in this comp book. I am singing. I always got that crazy hair. That was a strange neck. Always good to use like turtle V shape t-shirts for women, and then turtleneck for guys, because then it's easier for myself to see whether I'm painting a male or myself. That's crazy. And I also like to give myself sometimes red lipsticks, so I know that's me. Blue eyeshadow. That could totally be me. Oh, it's a pleasure to use my Sharpies. After I got my alcohol markers, my Sharpies kind of took a back seat. Kind of forgot about them. That's one. Let's see. Kermit. I should make Kermit right here. Do I even know how to make him? Okay, I don't know how to make Kermit. Uh, so let me just try and wing it. He's standing from the side. Oh, it's going. This feel is going bad. And then he's got that. Let me get some color on him. Ooh, I like the smell of markers. There's just something really nice about that marker smell. I think I made an error here. I should have picked a lighter green for Kermit. And then this dark green that I'm drawing with right now should be his collar. It's the thing he's got around his neck. He sure is green. Look, I got a lighter green right here. Why? I got like a Kermit color here. I just switched them up. Okay, because I switched them up, I think I need to do another Kermit. I need to do almost like the real Slim Shady. I need to have the real Kermit standing in the background saying something like, "What the hell?" Like this is one Kermit. And then over here we got like the angry Kermit. The real one. Okay, he's angry, so his eyes would be like this. Oh, why did I draw in the middle of the page? Okay, let me get the color right. This is Kermit color. Can you see that? And then that dark green is his. Okay, that's one. Oh, it could be so tempting to have like a freak, like something hanging. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for like a Tarzan swinging, totally out of order, out of commando. What would he look like in the face? He would be looking like he's having a. Maybe we could make him look like. I know. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be all about Muppets uh, characters, but for some reason it just happened. You know that science guy who can't say anything unless it's like me 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 me, always getting into trouble. I think that he could be the one swinging out of control. Okay, he's got like orange hair. Okay, now I really need to think something that's not a Muppet because it's not going to be all about Muppet show. I think he's orange. I'm not sure. I wonder if I can blend with the yellow a little bit. I must remember to clean off that tip. He's wearing a white doctor's jacket. Maybe I still can get some white out of this acrylic. Beaker, yes, Bunsen and Beaker, that's right. Oh my god, you're cool, Tori. You remember it? Bunsen and Beaker, that's true. I think this is much more fun to do characters that I kind of recall instead of having to invent my own. Um, we could give him blue jeans. Okay, he is sort of, he could come, okay, he could actually come all the way up here. I like that. That's a crazy energy in the page, you know, something off page. Okay, he is mad, so he could be like that. um okay, and I'm just being cute, so I could be having like a heart going up. Like bim, smiling, like really behaving. Okay, maybe we should try and move away from the Muppet scenery. He's dangling on a cable, yes. It is so tempting to have those chickens, you know, those there's always like three singing chickens. Do I even remember how they look? They're like really fluffy. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna give myself one hen, like one giant chicken over here. I don't even know if they got a beak like that. Um, I remember that they are roosters because they got that red. And then I'm so lucky I still got some of that white acrylic. Oh my god. I am feeling like I'm 10 years old right now. Okay, one of the drills in this Lynda Barry is to don't give a damn on how you color things in, how it looks, you know, because you're playing. And then there's red. Oh man. Do you think I can have like some other people here? There should be like a mix. Maybe I should try and draw in my hubby. And my hubby, he is always working. Good lord, that man, he's working like a beast. You know, I think I have told you guys that we work from home. For me, it works so perfect. You know, I managed to have a day off time where I'm not working, and then I also managed to have fun. You know, like I can take a whole day. Oh, why did I do that? I turned his eye black. I can take a whole day just relaxing and then give a big stretch in the evening. So I managed to switch my working hours until what's fitting for me, you know. But my hubby, he works constantly and drinks like 10,000 cups of coffee. For him, I don't think it's been a good idea that we work from home because he simply cannot let it go and then just relax. He feels guilty if he sits in the couch watching Netflix. So yeah, I have no problems unwinding watching Netflix. I tell you, I need to bring back that white in his eyes. Ugh, could it be done? A lot of people have worked from home during the pandemic. I think some of them can relate to what I'm telling about my hobby, like that ability of not letting go and having a day off. It was like really strange drawing of my hobby, but he's not even participating because he's working. Oh my god. I'm gonna write Arbeit macht frei up here. Arbeit. It's like a work concentration camp reference. Very suitable for how I feel. Because I am how I am, I feel that he's wasting his life when he's working so hard. Time goes by. Nobody gives you a big thank you and a medal when you die because you pulled in extra hours. That's how I look at it. Oh, there we go. Let's see, popcorn. Oh, we could have popcorn. We could have popcorn next to the chicken. Where did my black go? There. You're so cute. You even gave me an illustration. I'm gonna cling on to that illustration like it was my last hope. Let's see. And then something yellow. Oh, here we got the issue again with the yellow not showing up. So I think I'm gonna hit it with some acrylic underneath. That chicken is going to eat that popcorn before the show is over. Maybe I should look for my white Posca. I think I have a white pen somewhere. You like the chicken? Thank you. They're always looking at you like they don't trust you. Like still processing what is this. That was super bright, but at least it worked. This is drying up. How about that? That's kind of dry now. The fun thing about this Posca is that now I can draw in the white of the eyes. Wasn't there a baby Kermit? Didn't he have like was it a cousin, or there was a younger Kermit, a small one, who always was cute? Okay, here. His nephew. Oh, how cute is that? And he was like tiny. That's true. What was his name? Uh, it slips me. It totally slips me. But he was cute. He was always like, the cute one. He played Little Tim. They had this Christmas Carol, the Muppets Christmas Carol. Oh, Lena, have you seen the Muppet movies? Oh, yes, I have. Are you kidding me? I've seen like Muppet Goes to Manhattan, Muppet Goes to the Movie, Muppets in Outer Space, and Christmas Carol. Oh, that's a, I'm totally revealing myself. Okay, up here we should have like Lynda Barry. Maybe she could be down here looking up at him. Okay, I'm gonna draw Lynda Barry. I need a reference. Let's find a good one of her. Hmm. It has to be an easy one. This is also Lynda Barry, but still not. The more likable one is where she's more sketched out. Like, oh, this is Lynda Barry. Look, with a smoke in her mouth. Can you see that? I'm gonna try and make that. I think I will let the smoke dangle from her mouth because she's just puzzled over what the heck is Beamer doing up there. Oh, that's a little bit difficult. I have to draw the cigarette totally white, otherwise it will look like, I don't know, her tongue or something. And then her pigtails here. Okay, but picture if I do like this white here and then maybe orange at the end, it will look a little bit like a cigarette. Like that. Just looking up at him. I think she needs to be more streaks, more sketchy. This is Lynda Barry. She need those. This is funny. Uh, oh, you were looking at your Kermit's. You got Kermit's figures in Toy Box. His name was Robin. That's yes. Now when I read it, I remember Robin. That was it. It is. Yeah, it is really fun when you see the name, right, Rhonda? Then I also immediately knew that was him. That's so true, Robin. I think I should color in her. We give her some color. I want to go purple. I know. But can you imagine the budget Muppet Show must have had? Like they're sitting there in a staff meeting having coffee, and then someone says, why don't we build this crazy setup of a farm where there's like a real horse and goats and and then just for one song. So they just built this giant setup, haul in a barn and hay and everything just so that the Muppets can sing one song. So let's see. I'm looking at my spread. It's like there is like still space for, we got Lynda Barry, we got me, we got my hubby. I think we should draw my fat cat because yeah, there's like no art creating without my cat. But she's a little bit evil, so she would be like lurking. With her ears backwards. When cats are angry, they're turning their ears backwards. So my kitty would be like this. I even think it's okay that she's not colored in. I think the background should be colored instead of her. How can I pull that off? I want to smear something blackish, maybe with a woody. It just makes her look more evil, She's lurking in the dark. She's got the one booth where the light is not working. I think I might need to get it wet somehow. You can never trust these Stabilo. Actually, Willowing Tamara Laporte made a new upload today with one of her fantastic faces where she talks about how potent these Stabilos are and that you often get it wrong, getting it too black or too little, it's very hard to get that precise consistency when you are watering them down. But I can kind of smear it out. So that's the evil kitty in the corner. Okay, now we got our cat in the picture too. Yes, we need those two old grumpy men. Oh my god. One of them could be Eileen, sitting in a balcony. I think she ditched my channel years ago. she she could be. We have to make like a balcony. Um, yeah, we're gonna draw in a balcony and put Eileen up there, like the big judge of. Oh my God, Lena, I can't even watch. So we're gonna put a balcony here. It has to dry. Oh, thanks for the link, Rhonda. I love when she's doing these faces, Tamara Laporte. I really think that the meditation part and all that is not what's triggering me, but what's triggering me is her joy for these bright colors. And it's always like a front face that's looking straight at you. So once you have made one, you can just kind of easy get started on the second one, because you don't have to like shift. It's not like it's turn face, or so having a willowing journal is just pure joy. And I love to see when she's flipping through her journals. It's just so beautiful. I'm gonna heat set this. I want to continue on that balcony. Yeah, it's still very wet. Hang on. It refuses to get dry. Aline is up there saying, like, I can just hear her like, oh my god. Wake me when it's over. Oh, I know why it's not going to dry. It's because I did this with oil pastel. So when I used the heat gun, I kind of melted the pastel underneath the acrylic. But now it seems to have cooled off. So we can kind of sketch in that balcony. I think you should have like her hands up there in the balcony. And the look at the hot pot. I don't even know how she looks like. But we can set Eileen together with that other guy that's always. How does he look? He's got like this humongous chin. And do they have hats on? I want to see. I picture them with hats on. I don't know. He's wearing a suit, that's for sure. That's one of them, and then she's here next to him. And I'm gonna make her eyes like she's almost falling asleep, like she's taking a nap, and then saying something. This is Eileen in the balcony. I think I kind of remember that they're wearing brown beige suits. Now he looks like a monkey. I got her sitting next to a monkey. That's not even on purpose. I can't even see my sketch lines. But definitely they're almost like fast asleep. So maybe their eyes would be like... Oh man. I need to block some... Maybe I got an acrylic skin tone pen. That would really help me out. God, why do I think it's so funny? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna quickly heat set it. I wish I had a smaller pen than this fat Sharpie. Like a skinny Sharpie. Do I have that? No. Those are the ones that goes first, you know. Those are always the ones that get used up first. It's actually a hat. She's sitting right there. She should say something like, "Oh my God." What should she say? I mean, she must have some expressions. It's gonna be like a golden girls balcony, so golden banister right here. Oh man, we're gonna call that for the box. You know, like fibs, friends in the box. The box. Okay, what is she going? She must have some sort of expression. Hi, I'm Lar. um, what should she say? I'm thinking, oh my god, but she also there must be some sort of Eileen expression that she uses. Um, she likes to ask people if we've been drinking, you know, but no, that's too long. Uh, maybe it should just be oh my god, just be like that. So, oh man, this is funny. Okay, I'm sitting on my blanket. I got I crafted myself an art quilt. It looks like this. It's so colorful, so it doesn't matter what kind of paint I spill, this quilt will just catch it, you know, because it's like a is it called a crazy quilt? It catches all, but it also gets stuck on the wheel on my chair. Um, I could color in my own blouse a little bit prettier than this, I think. No, I want that color. That's a cool one. Look how I want to dress up my own character with a golden collar and everything. Oh man. And why shouldn't I also have skin tone? I want skin tone too. Yay, so pretty. Oh, we can also give Lynda Barry skin tone now. I'm so glad we're doing this because I forgot all about these markers, Sharpies, and acrylic pens. They really take a backseat in my room. I somehow need a clock behind my poor hubby working. I'm telling you, I should force him out of this house on a long vacation. Poor guy. Oh yeah, shut it. That's perfect. Oh my god. It should be like taking up this box here. So it because it's been yelled, right? So it should be like this. Shut it. Oh my god. I want my money back. But okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually got if 8 more. Maybe I should work on them off camera so I really can think about what to add. Yes, it is really funny. But I think I should end the stream because I don't think that I should work more because I got such a sick humor. So I could really take it too far, you know. So I really have to walk on eggshells because I could really imagine that I could put real people in these boxes here. So yeah, but it sure has been super super fun. So yeah, what could I show? If is there something I could show before I go? I feel like I forgot to show and tell a thing, and I wonder what it is. You know, before you stream, you're thinking about, oh, I could talk about that, and then I forget. Yeah, it's totally slipped my mind. But I'll be back on Friday, and hopefully my new gouache set will have arrived by then. Oh, you love my humor. I've been a little bit mellow today. So, but thanks for coming. And next time, I really, really hope that my gouache set has arrived. It is so crazy why I am totally falling in love with all that gouache. But in a way, I'm lucky because it's so inexpensive. I am very close talking myself into that big 56 jellyquash set, but I think I should arrive what I've ordered first and then see if I'm still psyched about this medium. Yeah, but thanks for showing up to my stream, and I wish you a nice weekend. So, bye bye. Oh, before you go, should you have like an exit music? Here we go.
It's time to play the music.
I wish I
It's
could
time to
show
make
it.
the light. It's time to meet the Muppet jumping up the show tonight.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Well, wait, you all know thing better.
It's time to get things
That was
started.
Eileen.
Motivational, inspirational, celebrational, motivational. This is what we call a Muppet Show. Green smoke.
Thank you.